Bonjour! Bonjour!
No. Time for bladder check.
Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Attack on Titan Season 2, Episode 10. I just watched today's episodes 8 and 9. If you want to see my reaction videos about that, I'm gonna put the links into the eye. The last episode... I still need to think a lot about the last episode. Again, I think that I'm gonna walk between my sessions of binge watching to think about it, to try to understand it more, to work on it. I'm gonna edit the video, so I'm gonna watch again the episode, editing it, and I think that maybe I'm gonna understand other stuff. Already between the last session of binge watching and this one, I told you that I work on my series, and that's why I found a way to mix the two series that I had about that organization, which is creating the Titans. Now I think that it's people, that organization, we have some of them inside, some as active agents, some who are deciding stuff, and we have other people from that organization who are outside, on a base, on a town, something like that. These people, they are creating the Titans and they are also deciding stuff, and it's good for everyone to have them outside to continue the work, you know, the mission, without being emotionally involved, because if it was only people inside, it would be like for Rainer, they would care a lot about people inside and they wouldn't do what they plan to do. And for me, they are doing all of that to be sure that humanity is going to survive, in fact, because they want these people to stay inside of these walls. That's why they created the stupid Titans, and after that they created the clever ones to kill people inside, because we had too many people inside for the resources that they have. For me, it's that, you know, it's a political, demographic, logical situation which was created right there, which is happening right there. And I think that my theory can be confirmed or totally destroyed, or maybe just, you know, the little thing that I miss into my theory. I don't know what I miss, but I think that there is something missing into my theory to justify maybe a little more the intention behind that. I think that for that, the big clue, the big information that I miss is how the world is outside. In my theory, the world outside is destroyed, you know, you can't live into it, and that's why they want people to stay right there. But if the world outside is not like that, it means that the reason that I found is not working, or not totally, you know, there is something else, there is something more. I don't know. So yes, see, I worked between the last session of binge watching and this one, I worked on my series to mix the two series together about that organization. Right there, about what Rainer said during the last episode, and even more about what Ymir said during the last episode. Rainer and Bertolt and Ymir are parts of this organization. Spies, you know, active agents inside. They had different missions to do. I think that Rainer and Bertolt, it was really as clever Titans to destroy the world, you know, as the Armored and the Colossal Titan. When Ymir, it was more a situation of spy, you know, she was inside, she was really inside, she was hearing some important conversations. That's why she heard that conversation about Krista, and she's someone also important, and that's why maybe she's that spy, you know, because the Titan into the OVA about Isla Notebook, he said Ymir's people, he was confused about the uniform, so for me there is something right there. And the fact that they don't know each other, it's okay, you know, because again, if you have spies inside, active agents, you don't want them to know each other, because if one is discovered, you don't want the other ones to be discovered also. So why not? But how Ymir acted during the last episode, it was almost like, I'm not a part of it, I'm not a part of this organization, I don't know what they're talking about. And Reiner, he was offering her like, come with us, you know that it's risky to come with us, but you have to do it, and we're gonna make things so Krista is gonna be okay. Like almost like you promised her that during the next attacks, Krista is not gonna be killed by anyone. How can you promise that? How can you... And I thought, you know, that her mission, Ymir, it was to be a spy. It was maybe at some point related to Krista, to protect Krista. But at the end, it transformed, you know, like she wanted to protect Krista, but it became personal because she cared about the girl. I think that she fell in love with the girl. And that's why she was okay to give up on her mission to reveal herself that she was a Titan during that moment. But she already, the fact that she knew that she was a clever Titan, how to do it, to control herself and all, it means what it means, you know. Oh, and I forgot! She killed Reiner and Bertolt friend? Does she remember that, Ymir? The two of them, they remember that. They just learned that. Maybe, in fact, at some point they're gonna kill Ymir. They just care about Eren. No, they would have killed her earlier. All of the situation about Reiner being confused, about his mission and about the fact that he cares about people inside, and he managed to convince himself that he was a soldier of the Survey Corps when in fact he's a warrior. I think that he's a warrior for this organization, you know. It was really interesting, and it shows that Reiner, he has a part of him who cares about people inside, but also how he's talking about people inside, him, Bertolt, Ymir also a little, they're treating people inside like they're stupid, they're idiots, almost like you are talking about animals, you know. What Annie said about Mikasa, a wild animal, I'm really not considering them. Maybe it's just, you know, to dehumanize them, to be sure to not be attached to them if they are considering them like that. Or maybe it's deeper than that. Mikasa, I'm at 90% sure that she is a clever Titan. But like Eren, you know, she's not a part of this organization, but she is. And maybe she was supposed to be a part of this organization before, and she was trained like Annie. That's why she knows how to fight since she's a kid. Right there, during this episode, we have the Survey Corps coming with you four on these trees, with the Titans who are watching you. I mean, some, the stupid ones who are trying to reach you, but two who are watching you like that, it's almost like, are we sure that these two, they are not sent by the Beast Titan? Because remember, I mean, I remember, they remember that the Beast Titan created these Titans inside of the walls, and they are against you. He sent them against you, and they are spying on you like that, these two abnormal Titans. It's really like, they are keeping an eye on you. They can attack you at some point, I think. At least maybe they are working for the Beast Titan. And the Survey Corps coming like that, with the flares and all, like warning you that they are coming. I think that it's part of a plan, of a trap. Maybe some are coming from that place, you know, from that direction, but maybe others are coming from another place. Like, they had the time, you know, to make a plan, the Survey Corps, to think about it, how to attack, how to get back Eren. And I'm gonna see that right now. So let's go for this episode. Like usually, remember that you have my Patreon. We have at least 5 episodes of Advance. 5, like that. It's a lot, 5 episodes of Advance. And with an extended or full action part, I put a lot of full action part for Attack on Titan, like right there for the episodes that I watched today. Maybe the episode 8 I'm gonna put the extended reaction part, but I think that the episode 9 I'm gonna put the full reaction part. And the extended reaction part, it's really also interesting for you because the version that I'm posting on YouTube, I'm forced to cut, you know, to have only 5 seconds of each scene, to play a lot also with opacity, to cut a lot into it, when even if I'm putting only the extended reaction part on my Patreon, it's longer scenes with full opacity, like really you have the scene on itself, so I think that it's interesting for you. And really 5 episodes of advance, it's a lot. I'm giving you these advantages on Patreon because it's the best way to support me, so it's to give you something in exchange for the support that you could give me. And if you can't come on Patreon, you can still support me right there on YouTube by liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, that kind of stuff. Why am I taking that accent? I don't know, that's not a French one. Let's go for this episode 10, the last one that I'm gonna watch today, to keep the 2 final ones of this season, you know, for another day, and then the same session of binge watching. Ah! Angie! We're really gonna follow you at... Okay. No! They were transformed into Titans. Angie is not right there? It's really your mom, Connie. She's still alive! She's gonna talk again? You recognize this mother? Okay, you're gonna understand that, it's great. I'm coming back with you. Yep, they are coming, and again I think that they have a plan in mind. They wouldn't just warn you that they are coming. What are you? Marcel, that was your friend. You remember that she ate your friend. Does she know that it's your friend? She turned back into a human to look out for number 1. To the Wallist. I thought that the Wallist, you know, it's the people who are believing into that. I'm doing it again because I need to think about it. The people who believe, you know, inside all of this religion. You're not working with them? Isn't the coordinate? It will be easier to find the coordinate. You need to find the coordinate. You think that it's Eren. If it's not him, using Krista, it's gonna be easier. Guys. Come back home with Krista. So Krista is really a part of this organization. It's not from him. Huh? You had a crush on Annie? You're trying to lie? To bluff? Who is gonna believe you? Ah! Oi, 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 Eren. Predictable as hell. Hit to turn back human. If a clever Titan is eating someone, it's transforming. Huh? But no, you... Remember what? 60 years as what? Oh, when you killed their friend, you were not a clever titan, you were a titan. You ate their friend, so you became human again, and now you can transform again. Eren was a stupid titan. He ate someone, and he became a clever one. He said he doesn't remember. No, it was created. The best one. Yes, she is. Ah! It's weird, all of what they are saying, how they are saying it, it's almost like you want me to be on their side. Why? How? I love her so much. This war.
ここまで来てまた私は自分に嘘をつかなきゃ
It's changing all of my theory about how Titans are created. Huh? Orphans. It was orphans you took her? You said that you didn't choose your life?
このユミル様こそ真に王の血を継ぐ存在。
Lady Ymir? They took an orphan and they put you at this place? Where? It was not inside of this world, in that... Who are you? I don't recognize your uniforms. Were you talking about Ymir's people right there? No, it was about uniform. It was a cult. It was a cult. You used her to create a cult. That light, it's like Titans. Huh? You were transformed into a Titan as a punishment for what you did for that cult. It was Annie, Rainer. So Annie, Rainer and Barton, they knew each other. So you transformed again into a human? Yes, reborn? To yourself, but you lied to a lot of people after that. Oh, all of these informations about Clever Titans transforming everything. Huh? What do you want to do? You're not gonna do it? You don't want them. Stealing her future. Oh, you're in love for sure and you're blind about your love, even if you know that it's not good for Krista, apparently. I'm totally lost, confused. You just confirmed what I thought after the last episode about Clever Titans. It can't be, it can't be, it can't be. Guys, be careful. What? I'm lost, I'm so lost that I want to cry just because I'm lost. Because of what it would be. For Eren. Careful, careful, careful. You want to believe into her so much, you want to trust her. No, she's searching for Krista. She's searching. It's not to kill her, it's not to kill her, it's to take her with. The fact that all of you wanted to believe into her, it's not gonna be the last time that you're gonna be disappointed and betrayed. Oh, yeah. This episode is awful. I'm not gonna give up, guys. I love you so much for that. Don't give up. Save Eren. Like. No, it's not gonna be the premonition. You're not gonna die, Anderson. It's awful. I want to cry just because I'm lost and what they said. You know, all of what Ymir said about herself during this episode, it's making me think about what it could mean for Eren, and I want to cry because of that. Because right there I understood it. I mean, I understood what Ymir said. People took you a long time ago. You were an orphan. And people took you and made you, you know, you're almost the head of a cult, like they put their faith in you to replace the king, to be the successor of the king. You were just an orphan and they chose you like they could have chosen another kid right there. You were caught by the police. Really, where it happened, I'm not sure, because the uniform of this police, it's not the uniform of the military police or something like that, so... Okay, they caught you, they punished you by pushing you into what? Into a fire? We didn't see into what they pushed you, but it was bright, you know, lights, like it was a fire or something like that, and we know that with that you transformed into a titan. You were a titan for 60 years, and at some point you ate someone, one person, like Bertolt, he said something like, who was the person who transformed you again into a human? And it was Marcel, their friend, apparently. And I'm saying their friend of Bertolt Reiner and Annie, because we saw that flashback entirely now. And I think that it was outside of the walls. They were together, maybe training together, and they knew each other before. It means that they really knew each other before this film. Okay. She hates that guy. It transformed her again into a human, and because of that she can be a clever titan. She can go from being a human to being a titan, but she remembers that. She remembers her years as a titan, also as she was before. She remembers everything. She was not a part of an organization. No, that was like that. But you know, that thing, it's changing everything for me. Like, I thought that the Clever Titans, that was the next steps, you know, of... You know, at first they made experiences and they had stupid titans. They improved, they had abnormal titans. They really succeeded, they had clever titans. In fact, no, you're telling me that they are creating stupid and abnormal titans. But to become a clever one, it's because before that you were a stupid titan, and before that you were a human. And you were transformed into a stupid titan by being pushed into something for a punishment, or willingly maybe for some of them, to become a warrior like Rainer and Bertolt. And Rainer and Bertolt, it's really like they know how you can become a clever titan, but I mean, it means that Rainer, Bertolt, Eren, they lived that also. Like, at some point you were stupid titans and you ate a lot of people, and at some point one of the people that you ate made you a clever titan, transformed you again into a human. And Bertolt and Rainer, you remember things, and maybe it was willingly, maybe something just to make you a warrior, but Eren, he doesn't remember. That's what they said, that he doesn't remember. But at some point he was a stupid titan, Eren, and he was transformed into a stupid titan willingly. I mean, willingly. On purpose, someone did that. Dr. Jaeger did that. I always thought that Dr. Jaeger made you a clever titan, but if that's the way to make a clever titan, it means that you did that, Eren. You were a stupid titan, you ate a lot of people. No, how many years? It can't be. No, it can't be, it can't be, it can't be. Stop, I'm going too far, it can't be. Armin, he spent his childhood with Eren, and also he saw them growing up. No, and you are kids. Right there, Ymir, she was already an adult when she came back to life. Like, no. There is another way to make a clever titan. It can't be Eren didn't live all of that. I swear I want to cry just to imagine that Eren lived all of that also. It would break my heart, because it would mean that he killed a lot of humans also, and he doesn't remember that, and when he's gonna remember that, it's gonna kill him because he's gonna feel guilty about it. Really, I can cry a lot just to think about that. And the fact that he could have done that, and the fact that one day he can discover that he did that, wow. No, it has to be with another way. And they said that their mission is to find the coordinate, and that they think that the coordinate is Eren, and if it's not Eren, at least having Krista is gonna help them. It's what what do you mean by the coordinate? Maybe someone who can be a clever titan without taking all of these steps? No. The coordinate. Ah, it's almost that, yes. He's different, Eren. You know, as a clever titan, so maybe you want to take him to your hometown for... No, my theory, I still believe into my theory. You know about... I need a tissue. I still believe into my theory about a base outside with people creating titans, and deciding stuff, to not be emotionally involved, for people inside, active and also deciding ones. I still think that coordinate, and they are also after Krista. I mean, Ymir, it's really because she's in love and she can't live without Krista. Even if she's saying it herself, it's putting the life of Krista at risk to do that, but she's okay to take that risk as long as they are together, something like that. But what you said, Rena and Bertolt, it's like the Wallists, they believe into Krista. The Wallist is the persons, you know, from that cult, the ones who are praying the walls. But I felt that this person, this cult, it was members of the organization, you know, from the inside to decide stuff, to make people believe into stuff so they can manipulate people more easily. But you are saying that they want to use Krista, and you are saying that like they are not with you, working with you. And you said also that you need to come back to take Annie and Krista back home. Like Annie, okay, but Krista, it means that she's really coming from the outside. And maybe it's like Eren, she doesn't remember. Oh, I thought that I was finally understanding stuff with that new series, mixing my two series with that thing about Rena and Bertolt. I mean, the discussion during the last episode, really, I found a way to make everything works. And even if I'm sure, and I was sure that I missed information, so that's why my answers were not really fully, you know, perfect, like things were missing, big information to make them work even more. But now with really this new information about how Clever Titan are fabricated, you know, it's not that it's changing a lot of things, but it's opening an all new territory, you know, situation. Again, for Eren, no! As a kid, Armin, Anase, they knew him as a kid. They saw him growing up. So it can't be. I'm not talking about Mikasa because you know my suspicions about Mikasa. Ymir, the rough life that you had. And as a Titan, you were in fact an abnormal Titan because inside you knew that before you were human. It means that the abnormal Titans right there, they have a conscience inside and they remember that they were humans at some point. Can they all come back and be humans if they are eating the good human? Coordinate. For me, a coordinate, you know, it's a coordinate on a map. You know, a coordinate. It's not something, someone. It's not. But how they are saying it, the coordinate, it's making me think, you know, of, I don't know the translation in English. In French, we're saying le chaînon manquant. You know, for the evolution of human, we know how we evolved, you know, from monkeys to now humans, but there is one step missing, and in French we are saying le chaînon manquant, the missing link. Okay, simple. The missing link. Can it be possible that Eren could represent, be the missing link between humans, Titans, Clever Titans? Like, it can be a step like that, and that's what you call the coordinate? The war. Reiner, he said a war. And he said that they were sent to kill all of humanity. At the end of everything, we're really gonna have a community outside of humans, Clever Titans, like a mix of that. People who were transformed into Titans and then who were back at being humans, Clever Titans, and they formed a community and now they're attacking you to destroy all of you as a revenge because they were transformed as Titans, like it was a punishment. For Ymir it was a punishment. Ymir's people, that's why he said that the guy immerse people like it was like a cult. He was confused, like immerse people. He thought about the member of this cult, or really as the survey corps, because I thought that he was confused about the uniform, but now that we saw that immerse people, it can represent the people into that cult. Oh, that episode! Oh, it's great! It was wonderful! Be sure that I'm gonna put the full action part for it on my Patreon. But right now, you took me and all of my series and really, you check everything up, and some of the series are still on the branch, but for all of the rest, I'm like, I'm still on the branch, but I'm looking at all of my series who fall, and I'm like, which one I can save now? Yes, that's how I'm picturing things. I'm at the bottom of a tree, you know, and it's really like this episode was a Titan. Doing that on the tree with me being at the top of it and being like, wow, I'm gonna die. And it's really like all of my series, you know, I hung them on all of the branches, and by doing that, the Titan, this episode, he made them all fall, and now I'm like, which one is not destroyed, which one I can take back and hang again. But maybe if I'm doing that, the Titan, I mean the new episode after that, is gonna attack me again and is gonna do that again. And me, I'm gonna fall off that tree at the end. It's the best comparison of the situation that I can make, okay? I can't do better than that. To explain to you how I'm feeling right now. And really, it's really bad because a part of me really wants to cry a lot because of how lost and confused I am, and the fact that some of the new informations are really not good, you know, for what it could mean, for the consequences of that for Eren. I want to cry if it really means that Eren lived all of that also, or is gonna discover that he did that. For someone like him who wants so much to kill all of the Titans to defend humanity. No, it can't be, it can't be, it can't be. They saw him growing up. I'm really trying to convince myself that he didn't do what Ymir did. But Annie, she did it. Rhaenyra Bertolt also? Maybe not. Maybe them, they were really fabricated to be clever Titans. And Ymir, it happened just like that. But Bertolt, he knew about that. He knew about how it can happen, so... And he doesn't blame her. I can't do better than that, you know, to tell you how I'm feeling, but also my thoughts right now. And I'm not gonna improve my series right now. I'm just confused as hell. I was planning at first to watch the 2 last episodes of the season tomorrow, but maybe I'm not gonna do it just because I need more time to think about what I just heard and to work with that to try to understand it, because were you confused like me after this episode the first time that you watched it? Please tell me that you were, because the fact that I'm binge watching, you know, this anime a long time after it was out, I need to avoid spoilers a lot, so I can't search just, for example, how people received that episode. I hope that they were as confused as me. I'm desperate. It's really that, maybe it's because of that that I want to cry. It's not just that I'm lost and confused, it's the fact that I'm desperate about not understanding stuff or understanding them and what it could mean. That's a bad way to finish this video and this session of binge watching, but it's like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, no matter what, I'm gonna stop right there. Be sure that I'm gonna put the full reaction part for this episode on my Patreon, and again we have 5 episodes of advance on my Patreon, which means that when you are watching this on YouTube, on Patreon, we finished the season 2 for sure, but I think that right now we are I know that I'm gonna watch the OVA Lost Girls, but not everything, because I need to watch 2 parts of the OVA, then some episodes of the season 3, then other OVAs. I'm gonna check on that, but be sure that when you are watching this on YouTube, I already finished the season 2, and maybe I began the season 3 after watching some OVAs. Really, we are in advance, and for this episode, they had the full reaction part. If you want to join us on Patreon. So it's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.